but it's neither.
I believe it's Elliot Osborne who's going to get us underway. It is Osborne. Puts it out to the far side looking for Lewis Banks, but it's headed out by Kieran Glynn, and it'll be a throw-in for the Coasters, in fact. Must have come off a flick off Banks in the end. It's with Haughton. Plays it into Obi. He's got a bit of space to run into here. If he can find Josh Kay on the right, he can. Obi makes the overlapping run. Kay comes inside. He's tempted to go for the shot, but it's scuffed a little bit and into the arms of Ethan Ross. But positive play there from Fylde, and Obi and also Josh Kay getting some good space in and around that box. Passing movement style is coming to effect with Rob the ball again here with Luke Conlon. Finds Sia Legenza looking for Haughton, but instead finds Josh Kay. What can he do? Kay looking for the ball to Legenza. First time pass back to Josh Kay. Josh Kay inside the box. It's deflected behind by the captain James Jones, and that was a big chance for Fylde there, Jack, because Josh Kay, when he strikes the ball, he strikes them well.
Yeah, you expected that to go on target, really, didn't you? It was a nice one too down the right hand side between Sia and Josh Kay. Sia expected Josh to go through and get himself a goal there. He was pretty disappointed when it fell for a corner, but we've got another opportunity with Nick to whip the ball into the box.
Back to Cooper. But just under 12 minutes here at Mill Farm. AFC Fylde 0, Altrincham 0 on this Bank Holiday Monday. You listen to me, Jack Connor, and Jack Etman on Coasters Live and National League TV as Osborne brings it forward. In fact, it was the number 19 George Wilson, but Kay has broken forward now for Fylde instead. It's with Legenza on this right hand side. What can he do? See Legenza running against his marker. Legenza puts the cross in, and it's behind off the shin of Baines, and it just shows how quickly both teams could break at pace here, Jack, because Altrincham looked like they were going to be in there for a second. It was a really good recovery challenge from Josh Kay, and he brought it forward, and in the end it's over the bar within 7 or 8 seconds. Ethan Ross out to the number 5 James Jones on the right hand side, cut out by Taylor O'Kane, played back to Theo Richardson. Good play from the Fylde Academy product. Richardson out to Conlon now. What can he do? Conlon plays it short to O'Kane, who takes it inside and runs at the Altrincham midfield, but he's adjudged to have been fouled there. I think he was a little bit lucky there from on his jack, because I think he'd just bitten off a little bit more than he could chew, Taylor. But it's forward now with Kieran Glynn. Goes to the shot from range. Glynn with the shot, and it's deflected in front of Ethan Ross, but safely into the goalkeeper's arms. But some positive play again from the Coasters there, Jack. They're the team that have been well on top in these first 17 minutes. Ball is back with Jake Cooper in the centre of the Altrincham defence. They've seemed to line up quite similar to how the Coasters have done, with 2 wing backs and then overload in the midfield. Lovely ball from Regan Linney to find the number 5, the captain Jones. He finds Banks on the far side. Angus with the flick on goalward, but it's over the top and out for a goal kick, as a couple of the Altrincham players appealing for a corner there, Jack. I couldn't quite see. I thought it'd just come off the boot of Angus there, but Altrincham trying to press them high. Have noticed that that's how Fylde have conceded quite a few of their goals so far this season. Ethan Ross with a terrible back pass. It's only found Josh Kay inside the box here. Kay goes for the shot, and it's just over the bar. First real error from the goalkeeper there, Jack. Ethan Ross for Altrincham this time, and it was nearly fatal for the visitors. A good chance there, and Josh Kay just steering it just over the bar. Nicely done there by Sia Legenza. Finds Josh Kay on the right. Kay to Glynn in the centre, looking for Legenza on the right. Finds him in good space. Sia Legenza bursts into the box. What can he do? Takes on one. Sia Legenza tries to take on the second, but a really good recovering challenge from Elliot Osborne.
Yeah, it was a wonderful ball out there from Glynn initially, wasn't it, to find him?
It certainly wasn't. Dior Angus can break now for Altrincham. Beats Owen Evans. Angus still going up against Conlon now. Angus fires it across, and Linney puts it into the back of the net after Theo Richardson could only parry the shot from Angus. And against the run of play, Altrincham have the lead here at Mill Farm. It's 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, it all started from a AFC Fylde attack. A free kick was taken. It was a long ball down to the right-hand side to Dior Angus. He did really well to beat his man, bursting down that Fylde touchline. He managed to take a shot at Theo Richardson, who literally just parried the ball into the path of striker Regan Linney, who tapped the ball in from 2 or 3 yards out, and Altrincham have the lead here at Mill Farm.
Altrincham come forward again here with Regan Linney down the left-hand side. He's got Angus up there for company in the box. Linney across the face of goal. It's now with Angus, and it's into the bottom left corner. Altrincham double their lead. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Fylde stunned here at Mill Farm. Altrincham, who'd soaked up all the pressure inside the first 34 minutes, find themselves suddenly 2 goals to the good. Looks for options in front of him. We'll find Luke Conlon on the left-hand side. Conlon back to Davis. Now for Glynn, back to Harry Davis. And Fylde remaining patient, looking for these opportunities when they arrive, as Haughton flicks it on into the path of Whitehead now. Down this left-hand side, he's got Owen Evans for support. And Evans loses it now to the number 2 Lewis Banks, but recovers well, and Harry Davis now has it under control. Good play from Owen Evans there, realised his mistake and in the end atoned for it and keeps the pressure alive for Fylde now with Haughton. Through for Luke Conlon, back to Nick Haughton. Up against the captain Jones. Evans now, back to Haughton, inside the box here, Nick Haughton on the near side, and it's going to be a penalty for Fylde. Cooper brought down Haughton. A really good one-touch 1-2 between Haughton and Conlon. Haughton continued his run, burst into the box at the near post, and I believe it was Jake Cooper who brought him down, Jack, and Fylde had a chance here to halve the deficit from the penalty spot, and a chance for Nick Haughton to open his tally here at Mill Farm in front of that north stand. Nick Haughton with a chance to halve the deficit from the spot. Haughton against Ross, steps up, and it's saved by Ethan Ross, and it's going to be another penalty. It's the second bite of the cherry for Fylde, as Whitehead was brought down under the challenge, and Fylde have got another penalty here, Jack. I've never seen anything like this. Nick Haughton's penalty saved by Ethan Ross. Altrincham tried clearing their lines. Danny Whitehead stole in, and it was another challenge from one of the Altrincham defenders. I couldn't quite see who it was, but it's given us another penalty, and Fylde have another chance from the spot. Haughton steps up again against Ethan Ross. Haughton buries it this time, down the middle. Ethan Ross went the wrong way, and Fylde halved the deficit at Mill Farm, 2-1. Huge moment in this game. It looked as though Fylde had blown their chance to get themselves back in this after Haughton's first penalty had been saved. The second one in quick succession after the foul on Danny Whitehead, and Haughton this time made no mistake, burying it down the middle, getting his first goal of the season here at Mill Farm. See this game out as O'Kane finds Conlon on the left for Fylde. Now to Whitehead. Whitehead to Obi, who's come quite far forward. Kay now on the right hand side finds Legenza. See Legenza looking for options, plays it back to Kay. Kay drives forward, plays it to O'Kane. O'Kane across for Conlon. What can he do? Luke Conlon finds Josh Kay in the box. Josh Kay looking to turn his man, but just runs out of room there, and a bit of a slip from Josh Kay as Harry Davis recovers, and Wins the ball back for Fylde. Omotayo now to Oosterbashi down the left. Fylde stretching this Altrincham back line. Omotayo inside the box. Kept it alive back to Oosterbashi. Now to Harry Davis. Fylde all over them now. Whitehead with the strike, and it's over the bar. But it's all Fylde inside these last 5 or 10 minutes, Jack, since that goal, hasn't it? And Altrincham are sensing they could be in a bit of danger here.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked excellent since Oosterbashi's come on. He's really hugging this near touchline down in front of us, which is really allowing players to move past him into the forward spaces and allow them to get the ball into the box. I think Omotayo kept the ball alive in the end, and Danny Whitehead's shot just fizzed over, but you know, it looked like it could have been on target, but it just went over the bar.
For Altrincham, Whitehead and Conlon take the throw in quickly. Ligenza now looking for Oosterbashi on the edge of the box, finds Haughton instead. Haughton takes it down, and he's fouled on the edge of the box there by Elliot Osborne. Free kick for Fylde, and Jack, you'd have to say this is in Nick Haughton territory. Haughton right in front of that north stand here for the coasters. Do you just smash it and hope for the best?
It's got to over the wall really for me, bend it bottom left. I mean, this would be special if it ends up in.
Haughton bends it over the wall, and it's saved by Ethan Ross. It's a good save. Didn't quite have the accuracy or the power to beat the Altrincham goalkeeper, but it's a save nonetheless, as Haughton puts the first time ball in towards the box, and it's out for a goal kick. But final change for Fylde is not going to happen just yet, as Altrincham are also going to make a change, and it's going to be Chris Conn-Clarke to come on, signed in the summer from Fleetwood Town.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Harry Davis now for Fylde, brings it forward, looking for white shirts in front of him. Plays it to Josh Kay, back to Harry Davis. First time ball for Obi. Now for O'Kane. O'Kane flicks it off into the path of Obi again, who keeps his balance, keeps his feet. Eventually cleared by Wilson for Altrincham. Now to Omotayo. Kay down the right, what can he do on this side? Skips past one marker. Kay with the ball in towards the box for Omotayo with the header! It's in! Fylde have equalised with just over 10 minutes to go! And it's 3-3 for gold Omotayo!
That was fantastic down the right-hand side from Josh Kay. He took it from his wing-back position where he's been all game. He beat his man. He confidently lifted the ball up to the back post, and who was there? Who else? Our new number 9 goal, Omotayo. He got his head over it. He buried it. Fired at 2-2, and that was absolutely quality.
Oh, he believed in his soul again, Jack. He had the power to know he was indestructible, and he buried his header past Ethan Ross with the aid of a deflection. But as soon as Kay put that ball in from the right-hand side, you always fancied, as soon as it was wafting towards that 6-yard area, you always fancied gold Omotayo to get on the end of it and power it into the back of the net, and that's exactly what he did. Fylde coming back from 2 goals down, drawing level with 10, or just over 10 minutes to go at Mill Farm, 2-2. It's with Whitehead now for Fylde, looking for Ligenza in front of him. Finds Oosterbashi, but it's cut out by Lewis Banks, and now Amaluzor with the heavy touch allows Harry Davis to win the ball back. Whitehead with the central ball through for Omotayo. Omotayo glides past the run of Cooper, now to Oosterbashi on the left. What can he do? Oosterbashi short to Whitehead. Whitehead for Haughton, now for Conlon. Superb first touch football from Fylde as Oosterbashi takes it past Banks. Oosterbashi towards the back post, and somehow Omotayo couldn't quite stab it in at the far post. What a big chance that was. Emeka Roby for Fylde, across to Harry Davis. Now for Whitehead. What can Fylde do inside these last 4.5 minutes? Conlon out to Oosterbashi on the left again. Up against Banks. Oosterbashi flashes it in the near post, and it's a good save by Ethan Ross. You just never know with those, Jack, do you? You never know, it could go straight through the goalkeeper's hands, but it was always going to be a difficult ask to score from there.
And I'm trying it now and again. I think he only had a shot because there was a few occasions where he did the same thing, and I don't think he wanted them to sort of predict it in a way.
Amaluzor up against Harry Davis, and he's got the wrong side of him here. Justin Amaluzor, Obi goes down. Penalty for Altrincham. Amaluzor went down under the challenge from Obi. It looked a bit of a soft one, Jack, if I'm honest, but the referee points to the spot, and Altrincham have a chance to regain the lead here at Mill Farm.
I mean, it was completely against the run of play, wasn't it? They got themselves away down the left-hand side. I believe it was Justin Amaluza who got away from Emeka Obi. It was a really good battle between the two of them. They were doing well to hold each other off. I mean, he went down to the challenge in the end, and Altrincham have themselves a penalty. I think it'll be Chris Conn-Clarke to stand over it.
Conn-Clarke up against Theo Richardson. Conn-Clarke steps up into the bottom left corner. Altrincham retake the lead at Mill Farm 3-2. For Fylde, looking for Obi on the right, urging him to get further forward. Now with Obi, looking for Kay on the overlap. It's with Philliskirk again, as far as Whitehead. Now for Philliskirk across to Conlon in good space.
Adam's desperate for the ball to be played down this left-hand side.
It's where we've looked most dangerous, you'd have to say, Jack, as Whitehead into the path now of Ustabashi, and again just snatched at it. Yeah. Obi short to Philliskirk, now across for Davis. Davis across for Whitehead now on the left. Ustabashi in front of him. Whitehead driving at the Altrincham defence himself, finds Obi. Obi for Philliskirk, now to Kay. Kay fires it in, looking for Omotayo again. It's forward nicely for Haughton. Haughton plays it 1-2 with Philliskirk, out for a corner. The Technique Stadium as Haughton clips the ball in towards the back post, looking for Davis at the far post. It's deflected and over the bar. Just a couple of yards out, and somehow it was turned over the bar. We can't tell who it came off in the end, but it will be an Altrincham goal kick.
I mean, I have no idea how that stayed out, to be honest. It was a lofted ball over from Haughton from the corner. It was a really impressive ball in. Harry Davis at the back post headed it back across the goal. I'm not sure who got there in the end, but again, like I say, I'm not sure how that stayed out. It was lofted over the bar from 2 or 3 yards out.
Ross with the goal kick for the visitors, looking for the tricky winger Amaluza. It's out of play though, and Obi will get the game back underway for Fylde. We've got 90 seconds of the 8 added on, but you'd imagine about a minute or so will be added on top of that. Whitehead now for Fylde, driving forward, looking for Luke Conlon on the left. Finds him, takes a touch inside and plays it back to Whitehead. Now to Philliskirk, kept alive. Conlon. Now for Harry Davis. 25 yards from goal. Davis with the shot, and it's buried. Well, it was bending away, really, wasn't it? From that right-hand side. On the edge of the box for Fylde. What can he do? Finds Josh Kay. Kay now for Whitehead. Whitehead out to Haughton on the left-hand side. Haughton takes it inside and will look for anyone. It's going to be a Fylde corner. One last chance, you'd imagine, for the Coasters to get themselves a goal and a share of the spoils. Whitehead with the cross in towards the back post. Obi! Yeah! Taking it at the door. Get it! I can't quite tell you it was at the back post, but the important thing is Fylde have scored in the 99th minute here at Mill Farm. 3-3.
Have a bit of that.
And it's nothing more than they deserve.
Have a bit of that.
What an ending to this game, Jack Ekman.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Nothing more than Fylde have deserved.
I'm so sorry.
3-3.
I just broke your ears by screaming down the mic. But... oh, that was incredible. Harry Davis, I believe it was, at the back post. Oh, it's not Obi.
Emeka Obi it was. I thought it was. Harry Davis went sprinting into that corner to celebrate. We thought that he might have got the final touch. It was Emeka Obi at the back post. Altrincham invited the pressure in the last few minutes. The ball from Whitehead was perfect towards the back post, and Emeka Obi made sure he powered it in at the back post. Nothing Ethan Ross could do. And Fylde deservedly are going to take a share of the spoils here from Mill Farm. What a game.
Wow. Wow.
We've got a few calls for time to get a winner now. I think that's a bit ambitious, but it looks as though that is going to be the final action of this game.